Look, nothing is better than homegrown. I don't care what you tell me. You can't find spices at a store that taste better than ones that you grew yourself, dehydrated yourself, and then processed yourself. So that's exactly what we're gonna do here. Make enough basil to keep us stocked up for an entire year. Well, maybe not a year, but you get the picture. Once the basil's dry, we drop it right back into the same food processor that you saw before and chop it up until it's nice and fine. Now, we just jar it up. I still think it's crazy that the dehydrator was filled to the brim with basil leaves, and all I end up with is 2 jars of basil. I'm not mad. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating the obvious. For a long time, I've wanted a seed starting rack at my house. I always thought I was going to build one, but then I remembered I already built one. And it's just sitting at a community garden, well, a community garden that used to be my community garden, until the city of Houston said I can no longer adopt it. But we'll talk about that at another time. And they were just going to throw it away. So rather than go out and build a new one, I'll just take this one back to my house. Man, I forgot how heavy this thing is. I can't believe they just were going to throw it away. They didn't have any use for it or anything. It was just trash to them. But that's cool, man. Funny thing is, the security guard kept stopping me and asking me questions. Are you sure you're not stealing this? Are you sure you built this thing? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I had to show her a video and show her some pictures of the garden of what it used to look like. And then she asked me, well, why did they take the garden from you? Hey, you got to take that up with the city. That has nothing to do with me. So let's load it up and get back to the house. End over end, top over top. Took a little bit, but we got it back to where it needed to go, to its final location, underneath the grape arbor. And I needed to take a break. I don't know what I was thinking. It was 105 degrees outside. My dumb ass wants to start doing all this heavy lifting. Now it's time for the top of the shelf. Yep, this is definitely going to be too tall for my area. That's cool. We'll just chop off a third or so. I only have these 4 chickens left. I started off with a lot more, but neighborhood cats, they had something different in mind than I did. Now, really, I just didn't protect them as well as I should have. That's on me. So when it cools down a little bit, I'll probably go pick up about 3 more hens. It's too hot to be out here. After a break, it's time to get back to work. Like I said before, This is too tall. So we're going to chop off the top third or so that it lines up with the top of the fence. Since I chopped off the top, I'm going to use a couple of these pieces that were braces. We're going to split them down the middle and then use them to stake a couple of the pepper plants that I have that are starting to lean over. I try to be as resourceful as possible. I don't really like to waste things if you can't tell. So rather than just throw this wood away, if there's a use for it, why not? Let's get our milkweed cuts, basil cuts, and tomato cuts in their new home, and then let's get to work. I still have a lot of mushroom blocks that I need to spread out into the garden. I really need to get some more recipes for eggplants. If you live somewhere where it's really hot, eggplants are something that you definitely need to be growing. I'd rather have a garden full of eggplants than a garden full of okra any day of the week. But the problem is, I only know about 2 dishes to cook with eggplants. Eggplant parmesan or some sort of stir fry. My wife loves stir fries. All right, let's water these sweet potatoes and call it a day.